Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following along, you'd know we've been dealing with a frustrating water leak on the roof of our Keystone RV. You should notice that the blue tarp is gone. So let me tell you the story up to this point. It's been a very interesting one, to say the least. And unfortunately, it wasn't the outcome we were hoping for. For those of you new here, briefly, I'll say that we discovered a water leak coming from the roof of our camper, specifically around the tank vent. We strongly suspect that it's a manufacturing defect, and yes, as we covered in the video previously about us discovering the leak, the camper is out of its 1-year limited warranty. I'll put a link in the description below for that video if you want to see it. So our first step after discovering the leak was to go out and get a professional opinion, I guess you would say, by taking it to a RV dealership. We took our camper that we affectionately call Kitty to Rocky Ridge RV dealership in Texarkana, hoping that they could assess the situation we're in and maybe even confirm our suspicions on the leak, as well as see if we could get Keystone to help maybe pay for this a little bit. Now, the good news on that front is that the dealership did agree with us about the leak and about it being possibly a manufacturing defect. So after their inspection, the dealership did actually confirm that the leak was coming from the tank vent on the roof, and their thought too was that this was highly likely a defect from the factory. So that was a huge piece of information validating our thoughts of where this leak was taking place at. So the dealership kept the camper for about a week, trying to work with Keystone RV company on our behalf. They were trying to see if they could get Keystone to acknowledge the manufacturing defect and to offer us some assistance, even though the camper is out of its 1-year warranty period. Now, unfortunately, after that 1 week, the dealership came back to us, and it seems they couldn't get anywhere with Keystone. So then I asked them, well, can you give me a quote, a price on how much it would cost for y'all to fix it? Brace yourselves. They wanted $10,000 to fix the roof on this thing. And I'm like, $10,000? Yeah, right. I mean, guys, I'm not kidding. $10,000? My jaw literally dropped to the floor. So after picking my jaw up off the floor, I looked at the guy and I said, for $10,000, I could almost re-roof my house. So the dude must have just seen the surprise in my face when he told me the price. And that's when they suggested that, you know, we get a hold of Keystone and maybe we can get somewhere with Keystone. So when they gave me that advice and that astronomical price tag, which I can't get over right now, we hitched up Kitty and we brought her home. Hey guys, I realized while I was editing this video, I left out some pretty important information. That was our communication with Keystone. So after getting the camper back from the dealership, I opened up a dialogue with Keystone customer service via email, and I sent them an email with pictures of the affected area And in the email, I basically just explained that we felt like this was a manufacturing defect, and I also explained that we know it's out of 1-year warranty, and we understand that the leak on the roof is not covered by a 3-year warranty. I also explained to them that we read all the manuals about the maintenance on this, and that we watched all of the Keystone new RV owner videos out there, and that we were meticulous in keeping up with the maintenance on this camper. So it wasn't like we just bought it and left it. So in all of these manuals and videos, they don't mention anything about look for standing water on your roof. And that's been one of my big beefs right there. And I told them that the dealership submitted the claim, the warranty claim, and that Keystone denied the claim because it was out of 1-year warranty, and of course they don't cover leaks in their 3-year warranty. So basically in the email, after I explained all this, I just said, hey, we understand all of this, but because this was a manufacturing defect, and because your manuals and videos didn't tell us, you know, be looking for standing water on the roof, you know, and we did our part, we just feel like, you know, is there something that Keystone can do to help us? Just, you know, a little bit of either monetary help or just source material for us. Just something, you know, to ease the burden a bit. And basically they just come back and said, well, it's out of warranty, sorry. That was pretty much their thing. So basically after they sent us the email back saying that it was out of 1-year warranty and they couldn't, you know, there's nothing they could do, I sent them an email back, you know, reiterating why I felt like they should help us, and that I had found an RV repair shop that would fix this for $5,000 or less, and just asked them, you know, would y'all be willing to go in half with us, you know, $2,000? And, you know, if you can't do that, can you source the material for us? You know, any help is going to be appreciated. And I also asked in that email if she couldn't, you know, approve expenditures out of warranty, if she could forward my email to someone who could. So after waiting for about a week and a half, I finally get another email from them, and she had copied on her supervisor, or I guess whoever. And basically they told me that in those photos that I had sent them in the original email, that they could find no water damage. So I'm thinking about sending them the link to my YouTube video where I discovered the water leak. I'm just not really sure if I want to do that or not. I don't know if I want to do that or just move on and forget about it. What would you do? Would you send them the link and keep trying to get something done through Keystone, or just, they ain't gonna help. They're a brick wall. Leave a comment below and let me know what you would do. I'd really like your opinion, please. That's where we stand with Keystone. I think, I'm not gonna say I'm angry with Keystone. I'm just real disappointed in them. I thought they might help out a little bit. I think what aggravates me the most about this whole thing is not the fact that they won't help. It's the fact that this was a manufacturing defect. And what really kind of aggravates me is we did what they said to do, you know, when inspecting our camper, and it didn't do us any good. This happened. So
we didn't do nothing wrong. We still got the shaft.
Okay, my rant's over. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Now, even though all of this has happened, I want to convey that we actually went into RV ownership with our eyes wide open. We knew coming into this that RVs aren't exactly built with top tier dependability these days. If you do any quick search online, you'll find complaints about almost every brand of RV out there. Because of that, I don't really feel like Keystone is a terrible RV company. I would say they're pretty average when compared to most other RV companies. There are definitely other brands out there that's worse, and yes, there's some out there that's better. But the truth is just the RV industry as a whole is just, well, it's just bad when it comes to build quality and initial defects. So my advice to anyone out there looking to get into an RV: be prepared. Be prepared for potential issues. Be prepared to do your own fixes. Certainly be prepared for what it might cost to get things repaired, especially if you're out of warranty. It's a fantastic lifestyle. I like it. We both like it. But it comes with its challenges. So where does that leave us? We still have a leaking roof, and we need to get it fixed before it causes more extensive damage. We've explored a couple different options, and I have to say the price difference is pretty staggering compared to what the dealership offered us. First, let's revisit that original quote that we got from the dealership, the one that tried to get Keystone to help us. As you remember, they quoted us an astounding $10,000 to do the roof repair. Let me be clear, we are not even considering going back there for that price. That was just a shocker that just sent us looking for other solutions. Now, after doing some research and getting a quote from another RV repair shop, a separate independent shop, our option for a professional repair is an estimate of about $5,000, half of what that dealership wanted. And actually, he said he could do it for less than $5,000. So the pros for this is a professional job getting done, potentially a warranty on the repair, less stress and time for us. And the cons? Still a pretty significant cost, especially for a manufacturing defect. Our second main option, one we've been seriously looking into, is to tackle this ourselves. You know, a DIY repair. After we recovered from the shock of that $10,000 quote, we started researching on what it would actually cost us if we did it ourselves. We discovered that a complete re-roofing kit for this camper, including the membrane, the glue, the sealant, probably cost us around $800, and then add in some other necessary tools and material, we're estimating a total cost of about $1,200. Pros of us doing it ourselves. And I've got my notes here. It's massively cost effective. It'd be like $3,800 difference compared to the $5,000 from the repair shop, and about $8,800 difference compared to the $10,000 that the dealership wanted. And plus, we'd learn a lot, plus the satisfaction of doing it ourselves and knowing, you know, that it was done the way we wanted it done. So those are pros to it. So the cons for this would be it'd be time consuming, very time consuming. Be the possibility of errors, seeing how it'd be our first time doing this. And there would be, you know, definitely wouldn't be no warranty on it. Now, the company that sells the kit does give a 10-year warranty on the membrane, so we'd have that. And I think I can do it. I just know it's going to be really time consuming. So the decision really boils down to the DIY option of about $1,200 compared to the professional RV dealership, or not dealership, but repair shop of $5,000. We just have to make the decision on that. That's a like $3,800 difference. Okay guys, I'm back. I had to cut that a little short. We had a thunderstorm roll in and still raining. We had enough time to go eat lunch and it's still raining. It's been raining a lot here past 2 weeks. But anyways, we'll get back to where we were at. So that's a $3,800 difference that really puts us in a tough spot when we believe that this should have been taken care of by the manufacturer. What happens now? What happens after the camper's fixed? And you know, what's our RV future look like? This whole leak saga has really made us think about our future with Kitty, the camper, and even our future RV plans in general. Once we get this roof fixed, we do have a few paths that we can take. Our most probable option, and the one we're leaning most toward, is just to keep the camper. We've already put so much time, effort, and money into this camper, and with a brand new roof on it, it will essentially make a very crucial component of the camper more reliable. And plus we have a whole list of other upgrades and modifications we want to do to this camper. And frankly, we really like this rear living floor plan. It just, well, frankly, it just fits us well. So yeah, we really do like this camper, and I don't think we'll get rid of it unless we got major issues, which I'm hoping and praying we don't. Another option we've considered would be to trade Kitty in for another RV. The challenge that we have with that is finding another rear living camper that fits us. And as I stated earlier, we really love the floor plan of the Cougar 25 RDS. The only other models that we have found that we really like that are comparable to this is the Grand Design Imagine 2500 RL and the Alliance Delta 252 RL. However, with those options, with those two campers, there are some trade-offs. With the Grand Design Imagine 2500 RL, we don't really care for where the dinette is located. I'll show you real quick. So Grand Design on the 2500 RL, they put their dinette here and their seating over here. We don't like that. I mean, everything else in here is pretty much the same. One of the reasons we don't like that is because to watch the TV, you have to pull the TV all the way out and kind of slant it, you know, turn it so it's pointed that direction. So the TV's like sticking way out here. Another thing we don't like about it is it seems like their door is further back. So when you put your footstool up on your chair, your feet stick out in front of the door past, well, at least halfway. So we didn't like that. And another thing we didn't really care for was it doesn't come with the fireplace, and it doesn't come with 2 air conditioners. And the 2 air conditioners was and still is one of our must-haves that we really want in a camper. I mean, I'm not knocking the 2500 RL. It's a beautiful camper, and anybody that has one should be proud they got it. And Grand Design definitely has a better rep than Keystone by far. But it's just not a good fit for us. Now on the Alliance Delta 252 RL, it's pretty much set up just like this one is, almost identical. And really, if we were going to get a different camper, it would probably be that one. The only thing that I don't like about the 252 RL is they've taken the pantry right here and they've put it right over here. So the pantry is like right through here. So you lose this window, and we really like that window there. Other than that, the Alliance is great. The Alliance does come with 2 air conditioners in it, as well as that wonderful little fireplace. And neither of those campers, the Alliance or the Grand Design, comes with a king-size bed in it like Kitty does, that we've come to appreciate. And neither of them comes with that windshield in the front. That, again, something else that this camper has, those do not, and something we really like having. Though both of those units are highly praised and good units, I mean, both of them get really good reviews for the most part, the layouts they have for their rear living campers just don't fit us. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking the campers. They're both really good campers. So, I mean, if you have one of those, you know, like I said, you probably got a pretty good camper, I would think. And we've looked at a lot of other rear living campers, and none of them really just, I don't know, they just don't fit us. We like this one. And I guess we're willing to put up with Keystone's fumbles in order to have this layout. Is it worth it? I don't know. We'll find out. So that brings us to our third option. Just selling the camper and go back to tent camping. I mean, tent camping was fun, but that was our younger days. You know, as we're getting older, it's not quite as fun. And I do have to admit, we've gotten kind of accustomed to this. And after all these headaches, that thought of going back to tent camping sometimes is kind of appealing, because it's very simple, very basic compared to everything we've had to deal with on this camper. But like I said, that's our last resort at this point. This is where we would love to hear from you guys. We've been debating this back and forth, and it's a big decision. Given that we feel that this is a manufacturing defect and Keystone isn't stepping up to the plate as we had hoped, and the professional repairs are like, well, one is astronomical, the one's within reach. So we have to make this decision, the best decision for what's best for us and for the camper. So, after much discussion and thinking, we've decided to go the route of do it yourself. We're going to try to fix this thing ourselves. I'll be documenting the entire process for you, showing you exactly what we do, what tools we're going to be using, and whether we're successful or not. It's a pretty big undertaking, but saving $8,800, or even the $3,800, I think's what it was, you know, is a huge motivator. And plus, like I said, I kind of want to do it myself, just for the experience, just for the fact that I know how it was done, and it was done the way I think it should have been done. And if it leaks, then it's my fault. And plus, if I have any problems with it in the future, you know, I'll say I'll have more knowledge on whether I want to do it again or not. So let me know, what would you do in our shoes? Have you ever dealt with an RV defect before? And what about our future plans? Do you think after Kitty's fixed, we should sell her or keep her? What would you do? If you have any comments on any of these questions I just asked, I would love to hear them. So just leave them in the comment section down below. We'd be honored, excited, thrilled for you to do so. Your insights and experience is really incredibly valuable to us. Thank you guys for watching and for all your support on this journey of ours. This isn't the end of our RV adventures, I assure you. It's just another bump in the road, albeit a pretty big bump. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. I probably won't be starting this project till probably fall when the weather cools down. I really don't want to do this in 90-degree weather, but we'll see. But anyways, I've still got more state parks videos coming up. I've still got some more mountain bike trail reviews coming up, as well as some campground reviews. And I even have a camper review coming up. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. So I hope you folks are having a wonderful week, a wonderful day, and until next time, happy camping, hopefully leak-free. Bye.
Every mile we roam feels right, that's how we feel alive. Chasing sunsets side by side is where